So let's get started on the content, and that is, let us talk about the ego at first and the general sort of outline, the architecture of the psyche. So without wanting to go into so much depth on this, because I did make a lot of videos on the ego in general, the ego is essentially a structure that allows us to navigate through the world. And it does so by creating a linear narrated continuity that is coherent and, as I said, continuous. So this is important, the continuity aspect is important, because the ego essentially goes on and projects into the future the assumptions that it builds in the present. Now, this is problematic on multiple levels, because on the one hand, the reality outside continues to develop and unfold. On the other hand, the elements that the ego subjugates within the structure, so let's say, you see a dog outside and you extrapolate and say, well, all dogs are like that, whatever characteristic you assign to this dog within the greater structure of the narrative that you build. These paradigms will not apply to every dog out there. And so you already see that there is a moment where the ego sort of detaches from that which reality is supposed to be. And this detachment is quite central to the theories and the propositions that we'll put forth also in this video, because basically the proposition that Jung makes is that the ego develops as something that is subjective. So it is the subjective core of the psyche, according to Carl Jung, which means that it develops as an entity that is detached from the objectivity of you on the one hand, that would be related to the self, and we'll get into that, and reality on the other hand.